teach listening? Do you agree with this? When you listen to a conversation in English, you try to understand every word. Language learning depends on listening. Listening to songs and radio programs in English are two of the best ways to learn the language. What comes first? First and foremost, communication skill that we learn in our lives is nothing but listening, speaking, reading, writing. First of all, we will go through the definition. Why do we listen? Why do we teach listening? Teachers and students' difficulties. Top tips. A successful listening activity. Listening exercises. Listening. Listening is the ability to identify and understand what others are saying. This involves understanding a speaker's accent or pronunciation, his grammar and his vocabulary, and grasping his meaning. An able listener is capable of doing these four things at the same time. Why do we listen? To get messages, to respond, to follow the instructions, to get answers, to entertain ourselves, to improve our language, etc. Why do we teach listening? Students hear different accents and varieties. Listening helps students to acquire language subconsciously. Listening is a receptive skill. Education, mass communication. What a difficult task! Teaching listening skills is one of the most difficult tasks for ESL instructor. Sometimes the students feel frustrated because they find listening difficult. I can hear my own heart breaking. Difficulties. Students are trying to understand every word. Students go back trying to understand what a previous word meant. Students just don't know the most important words. Students don't recognize the words they know. Students have problems with different accents. Students get tired. Students have mental block. Students are distracted. Students cannot cope without images. Students have hearing problems. 'Cause if I do, I'll think of you. The nights are so long, wondering if you miss me too. I'm losing myself in the city sounds. For a while I'm fine, but as soon as it gets quiet, I know I'm screwed. Top tips. Pre-listening. Tell your students, do not worry. Make sure students know what they are listening for before you start listening. Give questions to check students' comprehension. Check for any words that your students might not know. Pre-listening activities: brainstorming, visualizing, discussions, questioning, grouping drawing activities, bringing Relia to the class, keywords activities. While listening, try to play the recording once for overall comprehension and then for specific details. Take notes for the dates, places, people. Repeat the recording, especially in the difficult parts. While listening for just the general idea. Listening for specific information, dates, names, place, etc. Listening in detail, we cannot ignore anything. Inferential listening, to know how the speaker feels, it may involve inferring. While listening activities, listening with visuals, filling graphs and charts, following a route and a map, checking of items in a list, listening for the gist, searching for specific clues to meaning, completing clues filling in exercises, distinguishing between formal and informal registers. Post-listening. Compare the notes in small groups. Encourage discussions and answer questions. Write a summary of the main points and then compare. Make a list of any new vocabulary. Steps of teaching. We have pre-listening, while listening, post-listening. First, we will go with pre-listening. Pre-listening, giving background knowledge. The learners reading something relevant to listening text. The learners looking at pictures. Discussions of the topic, situation. A question and answer session. While listening, activities, marking, checking items in pictures, putting pictures in order, completing, grades, form, chart, completion, true or false, text completion or gap filling, etc. Post-listening, extending lists, sequencing, grading, matching with reading text, extending notes into written responses, summarizing, dictation, etc. Post-listening activities, summarizing, personalizing. Remember, try to use as many different sources of listening material as you can. Advertisements, news programs, poetry, songs, extracts forms plays, speeches, lectures, telephone conversations, informal dialogues. A successful listening activity. Ideas to make the best listening activities ever. Reduce distractions and noise during the listening segment. Make sure the equipment produces acceptable sound quality. Read or play the text a total of 2 to 3 times. Play a video clip with the sound off and ask students to make a production about it. Give students a listening task to do between classes. That's it. I hope you enjoy watching this kind of training video for the first part, which is the listening stage, to help you teach methodologically in your classes. So please, if you want us to keep going on with all methods, subscribe, like, and share the video with your friends. All the best.